Connor, obviously we talked to you a little bit about after the game on Saturday, but it's having a couple of days to digest, I guess, what more did you sort of find as far as valuation of the second half of that game?
I think it really just came down to a couple of plays that changed drives where we had some momentum, and there was one play, one of the drives in the second half on one of the sacks where I didn't change the protection to where one of the guys was coming from, and then we had a big drop on a 3rd and long. It's little plays like that people forget about, that those plays turn into drives where you score points, get field goals. Our defense was doing a great job the whole game, so if we could have just gotten a field goal, a couple field goals, it would have certainly helped. So, yeah.
Jim, on your right. Connor basically saying just the little things that you guys could have done or that could have changed the outcome of that game. And there has been change, offensive line. Can you guys rally as an entire unit? Do you think that you rally that unit particularly to help them in some way for things to be better going forward? So those little things, if that game comes up again, those little things you're able to get past them.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think we're still going to do what we do, do the things we do well, and there's not going to be much change of, we're not going to huddle every play because we lost a couple games. We're going to do what we do, and Coach Bell's going to call the plays that we run well, and we're still looking to play our best game of football as an offense. So I think we're due, and we've been putting in the work. So.
Zach, Tyler, Mason.
Obviously, in the last, 4 to 8 hours, offensive line play and just blocking in general has kind of been a topic of discussion. But from a quarterback's perspective, you talked about it a little bit a second ago. What do you feel like you can do better in terms of, I know you can talk about pre-snap reads and things like that, but just what can a quarterback do to kind of enhance, whether it's run blocking, pass blocking, whatever the situation may be, the overall just kind of effectiveness of the line?
I think obviously the obvious answer would just be, throw the ball away when, it's nothing's there and you're about to take a sack. There's times to take sacks and there's times to throw the ball away, get the ball out of your hand, and not take a sack. So I think I can remember a couple plays just from this year where, if you try to force a ball in, put the ball in danger, could throw a pick. So sometimes you just got to take a sack, move on, live to play another down. So, and then kind of more answering your question, I think just being a leader for those guys. You guys always talk about poise and confidence. Just maintaining that in the back in the pocket, in the huddle, just kind of being that cool, calm, collected guy in the huddle for them.
Connor, after the game, you talked about the offensive line being your brothers, and I guess I would imagine the relationship between a quarterback and his line gets close, as you guys work. But what has allowed you to, I guess, grow that relationship? From the time that you've been here, that you can kind of say that they're my brothers?
Because since August 1st, we've been practicing every day, playing games. They've been putting their bodies on the line, smashing heads with other grown men for 80 plays. I respect them for that. That's hard to do. A lot of people don't realize that. There's a poem or quote the man in the arena. I really like that, and just a lot of people don't realize what it takes unless you're out there actually playing. So it's hard.
Connor, going back to one of your previous answers, you talked about how you guys still haven't really put together the perfect game on offense for you guys. What does that perfect game for you guys look like?
I think it's just playing a full 4 quarters. We've had games where we've played really well in the 4th quarter and finished, won games when we had to. And this past game we were running up and down the field on them in the first half, and we just got to find a way to continue to do that in the second half. Limit the negative plays, create more explosive plays, and I think it's just finding a way to do what we do best for longer. So.
Go back to Tyler.
Connor, you talked about, I guess, just changing protection at the line. I guess when, pre-snap, what are you looking for from the defense as to, deciding whether you're going to change protection, things of that nature? I guess just what goes into making decisions like that?
Just we ran a lot of 5-man protection this past week, just trying to spread out the defense, give the offensive line a cleaner box, cleaner look. And they brought 3 off the side where our 2-man side was. So our 2 linemen on the left were in man blocking the 2 linemen, and then they brought another guy off the left, which is my guy, basically hot. So if I knew, we were playing fast, but if I knew he was coming, I could flip it, and the 3 would go to those 3, and then the right side would have the 2. So yeah, does that answer? Good.
Anything else? If not, thanks, Connor.
Thanks.